20-year-old man is dead after falling off a pontoon into Detroit Lake. Becker County Sheriff Todd Glander says the victim was with other people yesterday evening around 6 when he went overboard. It happened on the northeast part of the lake close to the Holiday Inn. Sheriff Glander says an officer was close by on a boat, so the search started right away. The man's body was recovered by a dive team shortly before 10 last night after several hours of searching. His name is not being released until all relatives are notified. Drowning is the second leading cause of death for children 1 to 4 years old in the U.S. With people in the metro ready to hit the pools or head to the lakes, the Valley Today's J.C. Dodd joins us live with an important reminder on how drowning can be silent. Good morning, J.C.
That's right, Jordan. It is a very important reminder as we head into this warmer weekend. A lot of people are going to be heading out to the lakes, heading out to the pools, enjoying the sunshine. But with that comes a very important, stark safety reminder. Drowning can be silent. It is not what you typically expect. And Jordan, it can happen to anyone of any ages at any depth in the pool. So what should you look out for? It's not like it's portrayed in the movies. It's not splashing and screaming and arms flailing. Rather, it is quiet. I'm going to pull up. You're going to see some of these signs. The human instinct is typically 30 to 60 seconds for response to drowning. So it happens very quickly. Time is very crucial when it comes to being in the water and being safe in the water. So what to look for? Head bobbing up and down in that water. So if you see someone going up and then going back down under the water, often their head will be tilted back with their mouth parallel to the water as well, the surface of the water. Look for those things. You're not going to see, they're not going to be calling out for help. Rather, they're going to be breathing and then going back under. And it happens again, Jordan, very, very fast. So also you want to look. Do they look distressed? Are their eyes glassy? Do they look confused, disoriented? These are telltale signs of drowning. And again, it can happen at any depth, any pool, any lake, anywhere. So before you head out, make sure you and your family are prepared. You know those warning signs and what to do in case tragedy happens while you're out at the pool or the lake.
Yeah, we need to watch out for those kids too, but it can happen at any age. This situation in Detroit Lake's a sad reminder of that. J.C. Dodd reporting live in downtown Fargo this morning. Thank you. Also on your fast track this morning, Moorhead's COVID testing site is taking on additional duties. It will be one of Minnesota's 3 test to treat COVID locations in the state. It will allow people to get tested for COVID, and if they're positive and determined to be high risk, they can even get a free prescription for the antiviral medication Paxlovid at the same time. The first site in Minnesota opens tomorrow in Brooklyn Park. Moorhead will open on Monday, and Duluth is the third site that will open on Tuesday. 6:53 now. Let's get a check of that fast track forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. We are enjoying some sunshine here to start off the day today. We're looking at dry weather, so that morning commute looks pretty good here this morning. Temperatures are into the 40s and 50s. It's 47 in Fargo, Grand Forks 48. We're at 50 degrees in Thief River Falls. Check out Devil's Lake. We're at 49, and Fergus Falls, one of our warm spots, at 54 degrees with some sunshine. So starting off the day with clear skies and sun, but the clouds will be moving in, and eventually that chance for a shower or two coming up for later today. You can see some of those very light, isolated to scattered showers out to the west right now in western North Dakota. So that will be increasing. Beyond that, we'll just see temperatures on the rise back into some upper 70s. If you're heading out to Rib Fest, lunch hour looks really good. But the afternoon and evening, that's when you'll have to keep an eye out for a shower or two. And you can always check the VNL weather app for the latest radar. If you're going to be heading out to Rib Fest this evening, maybe sticking around for the concert, we're looking at some generally quiet conditions, but not perfect.
Honestly, some pretty good conditions, though. I mean, aside from those showers, mid-upper 70s, not much to complain about today.
Yeah, pretty comfortable. You're not going to be necessarily sweating like we do some years when we're into the 80s and 90s.
All right, Lisa, thank you this morning. It is now 6:55. A North Dakota man is behind bars accused of online threats against Minot's Trinity Hospital. 36-year-old David Wirengo was arrested Tuesday at his workplace. During a search of his home, police say they found several guns and what they called suspected explosive devices. The Minot Bomb Squad and explosives team from the Minot Air Force Base was even called in to help. The investigation started last week when organizers of a Facebook group in the Minot area reported that a man had tried to post a comment on the page about Trinity Hospital that sounded alarming. The hospital was in a full lockdown last Tuesday after a report of that threat. A 26-year-old man is now in jail accused of trying to kill U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Police say Nicholas Rowski was carrying a gun, knife, and zip ties near Kavanaugh's Maryland home when he was arrested. Investigators say that Rowski was upset over the possible overturning of Roe v. Wade and the Uvalde school shooting. A former North Dakota prison guard will spend 3 years behind bars for smuggling contraband to an inmate. Matthew Taylor of Mandan pleaded guilty in March to delivery or possession with intent to deliver in a correctional facility. A woman paid Taylor last August to smuggle in a cell phone, SIM cards, and meth to an inmate at that facility. A former Fargo police officer is appealing his firing to the Fargo City Commissioners later today. Justin Nachitillo claims insufficient investigation into his accounting of events that played a role in his firing. Nachitillo was fired last December after an internal review found that he mishandled 2 cases. Police Chief David Zabolski says that Nachitillo was on his way to a missing persons call, but took 27 minutes to respond and even stopped along the way. In another case, he did not meet with the victim of a stolen vehicle or finish that paperwork. A Minnesota man accused of killing his wife is now facing new charges of trying to escape from the Pennington County Jail. Court documents say Eric Reinbold is charged with attempted escape from custody and assaulting 3 correctional officers at the jail on Saturday. Reinbold is in custody for the 2021 murder of his wife, Lizette. An autopsy revealed that she suffered multiple sharp force injuries to her neck, torso, and upper extremities. Reinbold was then on the run for 3 weeks before police caught up with him. They have 1 suspect, but Fargo police want your help identifying a second man they say was involved in an arson and burglary earlier this week. He is a suspect in the Monday fire at FPN Gaming. They believe he's a white man last seen wearing a yellow hooded Timberland sweatshirt and dark colored pants. Video circulating on social media shows what appears to be cockroaches on the walls of the Mezzaluna restaurant in downtown Fargo. Co-owner Taylor Snelling says their most recent health inspection was in early May and it came back clean. Zachary Stolp says he got the video that you saw just moments ago from a friend who shot it but wanted to remain anonymous. Snelling says the video was taken in a dry storage room. Health inspectors from Fargo Cass Public Health along with pest control stopped by Mezzaluna yesterday to assess what was found in that video. The newly released report shows no concerns, though, for the health and safety at that restaurant. The feds are targeting a major source of pollution. The U.S. Interior Department is phasing out the sales of plastic water bottles and other single-use products at national parks and public lands over the next decade. The order directs the department to identify alternatives to single-use plastics like compostable or biodegradable materials or 100% recyclable materials. The USDA is now awarding $829,000 to improve outdoor recreation opportunities on the Madahe Trail in western North Dakota and improve access to national grasslands. The funds will be used for things like updating the campgrounds, expanding trailheads, improving parking, and upgrading facilities to meet the Americans with Disability Act standards. Well, popcorn lovers, get ready for this. Movie theaters are facing a new dilemma. Experts are worried a popcorn shortage could be around the corner because farmers might start growing less popcorn, corn in favor of more profitable crops. Shortages in other areas that impact theater popcorn are also in play. Suppliers are having trouble getting the liner used to make the popcorn bag and the oil used to pop the corn, along with the glue that holds the boxes together. They're all at risk of supply chain issues. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More news and weather coming up for you on the Fargo CW. Otherwise, have a great Thursday.